We are two of the four that appear on the Three Geeks podcast. John is filling in for one of our guys who got lost on the way up here. He'll be here in about 3 hours.
Don't lie to these fine folks.
He had to work.
He had to work.
He couldn't figure out where 75 was.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You're serious.
No, I'm
serious.
kidding.
I was gonna say, come on, it's a major freaking interstate. How do you not know? Anyways.
So, Justin, you checked out Venom?
I did the trailer, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start this off. Have you seen Venom 1 or 2?
No.
Madam Web?
No, I stayed
Morbius?
away because of the buzz.
All right, so
Or lack
Morbius
thereof.
is awful. I sat through 30 minutes of it, and me and my son just could not do it. I've not watched Madam Web yet, even though I love all of the actresses involved with that
Even
movie.
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah, I don't mind her.
Ugh.
50 Shades, right?
Yeah,
she's a
it's
good
Daddy-O.
Just
Daddy-O's
yelling
terrible.
into the
Since 50 Shades, she's been in some good stuff. I've not seen Daddy-O. You would like, John, there'll be a movie that'll be 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and everybody loves it, and John will be like, that was a piece of trash.
Yeah, that's my unbridled opinion, and I give hot takes that Daddy-O.
Hot take Orlando is.
Hey, listen. Daddy-O was a complete and absolutely boring mess. How do you make a movie that part of the subplot is about sexting? How do you make that boring? I don't know. They managed to do it in the movie.
I doubt it. I'm going to have to see it.
I challenge you to see
Let's
it.
fact check Daddy-O on Rotten Tomatoes.
You can fact check
now.
it. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I'm just curious for my own thing. Not that I
Okay,
use
you
Rotten
go ahead.
Tomatoes. I like.
By the
I
way,
like
it's spelled
dentist.
some stupid way. By the way.
I like the dentist has a 0%.
Some
so.
stupid way.
Yeah, some stupid way. It's like DADDIO. It's a terrible movie. That's all I'm gonna say. Gentlemen, don't watch it. It's a waste of your time. My humble opinion.
I probably wouldn't have even found it if you had.
It is a
Yeah.
critical darling. 77%.
What? 77%.
So why is it not 100?
But
Huh?
it's still pretty good though.
I mean, it's not bad.
But anyway, we're not talking about that, John. Way to distract us. It's got Sydney Sweeney
The
in
old
Madam
the
Web.
Daddy-O.
Oh wait, it's got Sydney Sweeney's in Madam Web?
Madam Web.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
She's a very pretty lady.
Yeah, is the universe tied together then? Is Madam Web tied to Venom?
I don't
Or is it
know.
because it's Sony?
I'm just talking Sony. So
Okay.
the Venom movies are not great, but I love them. They are so much fun.
Are you gonna watch Craven?
I'm gonna watch Craven.
It looks-
I like the idea.
It looks good, but I know it's going to be awful. A Spider-Man movie without Spider-Man. Like, why is that a thing?
I don't know.
He's the perfect hunter then.
Now my question is, because I haven't paid attention to the trailer, but does he have the deep V in the cost?
Yeah. Oh no,
He
they
does?
go
He
full
does?
Craven, man.
Nice.
It's got
All right.
Aaron Taylor Johnson's playing
Yes,
it too.
I
He's a
know,
freaking
yeah.
great actor.
He is.
They get good actors for these roles.
I know, but they just
I
can't.
mean, they pay him
execute.
Marvel money.
But anyway, Venom. the new Venom trailer looks just as much fun and ridiculous as the original.
Yeah, it reminds me of.
A 90s superhero movie is what it reminds me of.
Yeah, sorry. John had to go give Gene Simmons his prize.
Yes, Gene Simmons is joining us here on the Three Geeks podcast. This is exciting, ladies and gentlemen.
That's fun.
Exciting.
Never happened before.
Never happened before. Yeah, no. We had Ace Frehley once, but no, I'm kidding. Anyways,
Classic.
I don't know. Hey, that was a swing and a miss on that joke. I admit.
Nailed it.
I admit when I miss.
So what were you saying, Justin?
What's that?
What were you saying before John rudely interrupted you about your opinion on
I'm
Venom?
pretty sure that we're starting to get into like the comic book of the King in Black. I think where I think Venom's like Lord is coming. Not Venom.
Yeah,
the
it's-
symbiote Lord, and that was a pretty sweet comic book. I don't know, and it kind of involves his son. So I don't know if they'll involve him having a son in this movie, but it's pretty dope.
Did you like the other movie? Yeah.
You mentioned Venom was a 90s superhero movie.
I said if it came out in the 90s, it feels like a 90s superhero
Okay,
movie.
yeah, feeling like that.
Yeah.
I was born in 97, so I grew up with 2000 superhero movies, so I have no idea what people mean when they say this feels like a 90s superhero movie.
Oh, so you've been spoiled your whole life. See,
Yeah.
we grew up where, well, maybe not Justin so much as me and John, but we grew up in the 80s and 90s where you got one superhero movie every 4 years, and they usually weren't good, but we loved them for whatever reason. And this what's
They were
that?
bad.
Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man. Captain America.
Was it? It felt like
Well,
the 90s.
Ben Affleck one was 2002.
It 90s feel like just Fantastic Four that came out with Chris Evans that had that 90s feel still too.
Yeah, it kind of was like, I don't know how to describe that 90s feel. Just like they was over the top.
Campy.
Campy, yes, that's the best way to
And
describe it.
that's why I like the
campy.
Venom movies, because they're campy.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, definitely, yeah, you've been spoiled, my friend, if you know.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Knight,
Dark Knight.
MCU.
Yeah.
See, I'm still an MCU fan. Like, I'm a fanboy. I like everything they've done because I remember a time where, mediocre in a superhero movie for me now, they're still fun. And I remember a time where we couldn't even get mediocre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
I love the first one.
Yeah, I like that movie too.
And I am very excited to see Lady
Foley
Gaga
do.
play Harley Quinn. I think she's going to be so good.
Yeah.
And when does that drop? That drops
Soon.
October?
October 3rd. It's the week before Terrifier.
Okay.
Is it going to be a musical, right? They're
Yeah.
going to be doing a lot of singing. I think that's a great aspect of it.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see
It might
it.
be fun.
I'm glad James Gunn's letting this stuff happen.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're getting a second Matt Reeves Batman movie.
Yeah. Are you excited for the Joker? You got to pitch the question back to you.
No, so I don't go to see a lot of movies.
No.
But I did stream the first one, and I enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it would be something I would consider
Sure.
go
Sure.
go see, but
Not very much. Okay. That's fair.
Anybody see Beetlejuice yet?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
How'd you feel?
It's every bit as weird as you expect it to be.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. Beetlejuice suffers from the same thing that I thought Ghostbusters did this year, where it could have been a little shorter and there's plot lines that didn't lead anywhere. But other than that, it was a freaking fun movie.
So what did you guys think of the Matt Reeves Batman?
I loved it.
I expected to go there, and almost take notes about how much I was going to hate it. And literally with the reveal of Robert Pattinson as Batman, I was like, this is the greatest Batman movie ever!
Well, you know what's funny about Robert Pattinson? Had you seen any of his post-Twilight work?
I saw Tenet, and I loved it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because
The Lighthouse.
I'm familiar with his work post-Twilight, and I knew he was going to kill it. He is a
Well,
good actor.
He faked this out by telling us he didn't need to work out. He wasn't going to. I was like, if you go to that role 120 pounds, I'm going to be so ready to choke you to death.
No, dude,
You
he
can do it
nailed
too.
it. And the guy who played the Riddler, Paul Dano, did great.
Yeah, Paul
Yeah.
Dano was really,
Yeah.
really
I
good.
think that was about as good as
I felt like they kept his mask on too much.
Who?
Paul Dano, because he has such an expressive face, and a lot of that comes out with his performance as the Riddler, and he was also really funny as the Riddler, and I feel like they kept his mask on too much. I would have, and we didn't really get to see more of that, and I was disappointed. I feel like it would have been great if we had gotten to see more of, just his expressions as the Riddler.
I'm honestly glad they kept the mask on because that's a ballsy move. Not a lot of actors will let them do that.
Mhm.
Like they want their face shown, like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man.
I agree. I think also
I see where you're coming
And plus, those moments that you liked meant more when you got them because they weren't coming.
I mean, wasn't it just a domino match? Isn't that what
No, it was like a whole leather
Yeah.
it's like it's the winter Russian soldier mask from the 80s.
Mhm.
But what I thought was really cool about it was they had that interactor where he talked about when you wear your mask, that's when you can be your true self. So that's made a whole lot more sense why they didn't do that. And I think Matt Reeves letting that happen was like you said, I get tired of seeing Robert Downey Jr. face. I don't care. I don't want to see,
Ooh, Dr. Doom hot take. Let's talk about it. Are you excited? Are you excited?
You can work in a reincarnation thing with or a parallel universe.
Well,
Yeah.
they said that he is not playing a Tony Stark variant. He is playing Victor Von Doom.
Okay.
Okay. Because there is a comic book where Iron Man becomes Dr. Doom, so I wasn't sure if
Or
they were
Dr.
going
Doom
on
becomes
that.
But
The
I
other
mean,
way.
they've
Yeah.
lied before.
What?
They've lied
but
before.
they also
sure.
have Reed Richards as Dr. Doom. So.
Sure.
Yeah. I like Robert Downey Jr. as an actor, so if they found a way to bring him back, let's do it.
And look, it's very easy. They just can retcon stuff,
Sure, it's
parallel
comic books.
universe stuff, since we are still in the multiverse. So that's
I'm in
it's
the
an
mon-
easy out.
I'm in the Marvel minority as far as still being like 100% in. So they needed these announcements, they needed the Deadpool to hit like it did, which was super funny. And then announcing the Russo brothers are coming back to do these movies, and then Robert Downey Jr. They needed that press, like really bad.
If you had to pick any other actor to have played the MCU Doom, who would it be?
I don't have an answer.
I'm going to steal from Mike. Javier Bardem.
Ooh.
That was not my idea, but as soon as someone told me that, I was like, I'm taking that. It's
Yeah.
Mike McGee.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know this about Disney is Bob Iger left. The guy that ran the theme parks came in and he said make everything. And then they got rid of him. They brought Bob Iger back. So now everybody's under the mandate, less is more. So the first movie we're going to see that structure is, I think, Captain America 4. To see how it's doing. And Agatha all along is the first Disney Plus show to have a showrunner. All the other ones have been ran like they were movies.
Yeah, I heard about that. Like they didn't
No
have
writer's
production
room, just a
Bibles
head
or
writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to what you asked about who we would pick to be Doctor Doom in the Marvel Universe if we were casting. I would go Idris Elba.
That's not bad.
I'd
Yeah,
like to
I
see
think-
Idris
I think-
Elba in a good superhero
Yeah,
movie.
I think that he deserves to have kind of one of those big action.
Well, he was already
blockbusters.
Heimdall.
He was?
Yeah, he was Heimdall in the Thor movies.
Oh, that's right, he was. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
That's
Yeah.
fine. We can do
Yeah,
that.
we could. Those are
We
the
brought
Thor
back
movies.
Robert Downey Jr. We can
We
Yeah,
brought
we
back
can-
Chris Evans. Spoiler alert, I shouldn't have said that. Have you guys seen Deadpool?
Yeah.
Well, he
Well-
might have spoiled something there, but
might
anyway.
Can I give
Nope.
what my fan casting would have been for Doctor Doom?
Sure.
Sure, please.
I would have done a Darth Vader thing where there's a guy in a costume and he never takes the Doom mask off, and I would have had him voiced by Ron Perlman.
Oh, that okay.
That's
I'm a big fan of
That
Ron
is.
Perlman.
Ron Perlman has one of my favorite voices just ever.
Yeah,
My favorite Hellboy.
yeah,
He's awesome.
absolutely.
Are we excited for Captain America? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
I think it could be good,
Yeah.
honestly.
Cool.
Harrison Ford. Have you seen any of the interviews he's done? He's like, I see all these people do, all these great actors having fun doing superhero movies. He's like, I'm not a great actor, but I'm hoping to have fun.
That's awesome.
I
I feel
love
like Harrison Ford hasn't had fun in 20 years.
Dude, ever since he did, when he came back for Star Wars, you could see the little spark in him when he was in the movie. He wasn't just the grumpy old man that he's been for so long. He was trying to be Han Solo, and then again in Blade Runner 2020, he came back and embraced it. And then Indiana Jones, I've heard, is a lot better than the fourth one that nobody talks about.
There is no fourth one. The Crystal
Yeah,
Skull
there is
never
no
happened.
fourth
I haven't
agree with
seen.
Justin.
I haven't seen Dial of Destiny yet.
It goes right
It's
to
only-
5.
That was
What's that?
That movie's like the last season of Scrubs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Nope.
we're not going to university. Yeah, going to college.
yeah. I thought that the latest Indiana Jones was pretty good.
Did you?
I thought so. Yeah, it was fun. It was what you expected. It was.
The last half of that movie, I'm not sure I enjoyed. The last 30 minutes of that movie, I'm not sure I
Yeah,
enjoyed.
I was
Other
gonna
than
say-
that, it was good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last 20 or 30
They
minutes.
may
the
have
last
been a loss.
couple of scenes, I'm like, so this is how we're ending this. Okay, but I mean, I liked it. I thought it was fun. Just out of my 2
Sure.
cents worth.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, how do you guys feel about the new Fantastic Four movie?
I can't wait.
Because I hope it's good, because I can't have another one. Like
I don't-
the last one, or the one before that, or half of the first one.
Yeah, I'm waiting and seeing.
I
know.
can't wait.
I
I'm
like
with
the
you,
actors in it.
Justin.
It's post, like I said, the Disney thing where they've been putting time into it, and it's got such a good cast. I can't think of all their names, but the guy from the cooking show on Hulu,
The Bear.
The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah.
He plays the Human Torch.
No, he plays
He means
Thing.
Fox.
Thing, yeah, you're right. Thing. Sorry, and I love Pedro Pascal. I just wonder what little character he's going to take care of in this one. The Last of Us, The Mandalorian.
I want it to be very good because Fantastic Four is a staple in the comic book world,
They
Stable
have
and
not
Marvel.
made a good movie.
but they have not made a good one. So I'm hoping that it does well, but I'm not going to rush out and see
I
it.
think they're going to try to introduce some kind of Doom aspect to it.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't
why
think
they
you
made the
reveal Robert Downey
announcement.
Jr. and not do that. I
they
think there
will.
has to be some type of tie-in.
And it
at least
takes
a little
place in a
bit.
different universe than the rest of the MCU.
Okay,
That's right.
go ahead.
Which, would kind of be cool if the cosmic ray thing kind of brought them into the other, I think an out of place Fantastic Four, set in the '60s in their realm or their universe, but then
Sure.
back in ours, going, wow, you guys really know what you're doing, don't
Sure.
you?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Pedro Pascal discovering all the tech, going, oh, I'm having some fun here.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
I'll be very honest. I'm hoping that it's good. I'm not a huge Fantastic Four. Even as a kid, I just never got it. I don't know what didn't click with me because I liked the Avengers, I liked X-Men, but just the Fantastic Four. There was something about it that just I don't know. It just never clicked. But I still want to see a good movie. I still definitely wanted to, and I think that the ones that we've gotten have been. I think the first one was subpar, and then the rest of them were trash.
Well, the Roger Corman one is a classic.
Well, that one. Well, that one, yes.
If you can find, what happened to the bootleg guy that used to go to these Comic Cons? I want to get a Fantastic Four on Blu-ray.
He probably
That's
got kicked
right.
out
Where-
if he's bootlegging movies.
I want the
Probably not here
bootleg guy.
anymore.
No, I do
You
too.
need bootleg movies you can't get anywhere, like the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Well, then, where is he?
I don't know. They've disappeared over the last couple of years. This is a fact.
Big
Like,
Marvel found him.
Well,
And you could get like the Generation X movie that you wouldn't know anything about it. It came out in the 90s. It was also awful.
I
Made for
remember.
TV.
Was that on Fox?
Yeah, it
I
got a
think it was
couple
on
of F-bombs
Fox.
in it. Started Matt Frewer.
Yeah, I remember. I didn't watch it, but I remember it. I don't know why I didn't watch it. I should have, but
I have it on DVD. I bought it from the bootleg guy.
you bought it from the boot. I bought a lot of wrestling stuff from the bootleg guy.
Yeah.
At
And the
various-
Big Bang Theory original pilot. I got that.
Oh, you got that too?
Any Lord of the Rings fans here? Season 2, was it good? Have we seen the power? Sorry, I mean, of the TV show, have we watched it? I have not watched it yet. I'm trying to gauge if season 2 is worth watching.
Is season 1 any good?
It was okay. No, okay, no. But I'm a sucker for Lord of the Rings, so I'm hoping season 2 is better. But anybody watch it?
I watched the first.
No.
I watched the first episode, and I don't know. It just didn't click for me.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
it's just because I don't know. I don't know. Something about it just didn't.
Just didn't get you?
click.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Totally fair.
I started watching From.
I
From?
heard that's good.
Yeah, I mean it's Canadian, but I mean it doesn't wrong with that. But I mean it's a little different, but it's interesting.
What's it about? I'm not
Well,
heard of it.
it's from the producers of Lost.
Okay.
The people behind Lost.
Sure.
So it's kind of like another one of those, like
Yeah.
what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I love it.
Stars Michael from Lost.
yeah?
Well, yeah. Well,
Doesn't sound like it does for very long.
No,
by what he
he's-
says.
I can't think of the actor's name, but that was his character's name on Lost.
Oh yeah. It's the people who a bunch of people wind up someplace and then have to figure out how to survive. But it's interesting because they provide a chronology of people who've been there, so it seems to have some depth to it.
Sure.
I need to see it because Lost is my favorite show of all time.
Oh yeah.
I was obsessed with it when it was out. I went and saw episodes at the movie theaters with fans. I'm still obsessed with it.
Even the episodes after J.J. Abrams left.
J.J. Abrams left after the first episode.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. He was. It was in charge. Carlton Cuse and Damon Lindelof ran the show.
Okay.
Yeah. JJ just had his name on it. Like he came up with the initial concept, but it was really those two.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, it's great. I think the final seasons are some of the best TV. It's got the best acting in TV. Some of the best written characters too, in my opinion.
They lost me after they left the island. I stopped watching when they were like, all right, half you guys are gone.
That's
All
when
right,
it got
I'm
really good too.
Nope.
I never watched. I
That's
just
so good.
something about it just didn't interest me, so I never
Yeah,
watched it.
favorite show of all time.
He doesn't go to islands very many times.
What? I don't have a phobia about islands. I don't.
Small
I-
round circles.
It's a hard show to watch week to week. Like I'm glad I was able to
Yeah,
binge it.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your favorite TV shows out there?
What are you watching right now?
Oh, I'm actually watching crap.
I hope not.
Crap.
I hope
How
not.
is it?
I hope
Is it any
not.
good?
Sure
Yeah,
hope
I'm
not.
just watching crap.
Is that a YouTube channel?
Fleabag.
I've not seen that yet.
I have not seen that. either.
It's with the woman from the Dial of Destiny.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just about the life of this basically complete train wreck of a woman as she tries to just pull her life together basically.
I'm looking in a mirror.
Was that on HBO or was that BBC?
No, it was Amazon.
Amazon. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and it's really funny, but it's also got good dramatic elements. It's a good dramedy. The lead, I'm forgetting her name.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, Amy Waller-Bridges gives a really good performance, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
So let me interject. baby reindeer?
I haven't seen it. I've heard of good things about
I've
it.
heard it's good. Yeah.
That was, having had a stalker, that's yeah.
It's kind of
Oh, is it hitting home? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it-
The thing is my stalker did some worse things to me than she did to him.
oh, jeez.
Oh, right. It's hard to
We're not talking about that.
So please don't. But
Hey, how's it going? Come on in, have a
I'm late to the
seat.
game, but
You've won.
we've just been watching Daredevil and Punisher, and
Yeah.
I'm freaking
Dave.
loving it.
Awesome. Cool.
Like she
Nice.
No,
she
Dave.
started her
He's like, you
nerd
have to watch-
experience by watching a Guardians of the Galaxy movie with me going, you know, you watch the Guardians of the Galaxy and you're like, I'll watch
I'm
it, and
into
then you're
it.
like, this was great! And then she was like, I'll take you to see Dungeons and Dragons, it'll be a present, it'll be my sacrifice to you to try to, we're 15 minutes in the movie, she's like, this is hilarious! And I'm like, yeah, there's actually some entertainment value to some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And-
Dungeons and
Dungeons
Dragons
and
is
Dragons
great. It was
Oh,
way exceeding
hilarious.
expectations.
And for a
Yeah.
fan like, you know, from the
It's
original
on my
TV
watch
series, and I'm just like, oh, that's from the books, and that's from the this, and that's from the that, and that's the original guys from the cartoon, and you know,
Yeah.
when I can have those moments and get my reward for having been a fan since the 80s, we won't
Sure.
go that far back, but
Sure.
Did she start with Guardians of the
she
Galaxy?
started with Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we went to go see 3, and then we went and we saw 1 after.
Did you go back and catch her up on the
I
MCU?
caught her up on everything. She hasn't watched Black Panther yet, but it's not really.
Sure.
It's adjacent to the storylines. You
We're on
know.
Jessica Jones. Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which I
Jessica
had
Jones
to
is
see
great.
I
Because
like it.
I was like, I've never read a Jessica Jones comic in my life.
The original Alias comic that Brian Michael Bendis wrote is great.
It is really good, yeah. And there's rumors she's coming back to play Jessica Jones. But man, the MCU, it's so daunting. Like my girlfriend, I'm like, let's go see Deadpool together. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, well, we got to watch these 36 other things first before we go see Deadpool so you can get all the jokes.
But of the Sony universe, it's probably the easiest thing to stair-step your way into. I'd
Yeah.
imagine one of the easier ones to stair-step your way into.
You
But
guys think of
Baby
the
Reindeer,
season two
though.
Loki?
Sorry.
It was great.
Loki, I liked Loki.
I like Loki
I
as well.
love season 1. Season
Her too.
Kind of
Yeah.
ended. And like, for me, I wasn't real happy. I didn't hate it. I just was like,
Need more.
it just feels like it just ran out of things to say. I don't know.
It's fair.
Maybe it's because if there was a comic book I didn't read out there or something. I don't know.
He is the timeline now.
Yeah.
I think that was,
He Doctor Who'd it.
yeah.
Yeah.
For now, until we get to Secret Invasion and find out what's going
I
on.
think my wife just watched, what is it, Life with Wanda? Or
WandaVision?
WandaVision. She just finished watching
Oh, that was
that.
fantastic.
Did you like it?
I didn't really catch it. I mean, there was some segments that I glanced at that I thought looked interesting. But
Yeah.
I just really wasn't into it.
Yeah.
You know, the whole sitcom type.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you guys caught up on the Disney Plus shows? I'm curious what everybody's favorite is so far.
I'm still Daredevil's still my favorite.
Yeah.
I
I like the Punisher
Was-
a lot.
that's-
Oh, the Punisher
yeah.
was amazing. I'm
Oh,
looking
the
forward to
Punisher
the new
was
season, especially John Bernthal. and
Dude,
Charlie
he was the
Cox.
perfect pick for the Punisher.
Yeah, he was.
Perfect pick.
100%.
Yeah. What's up?
sorry, a little off topic, but I started reading Berserk recently,
Yeah.
and John Bernthal is my fan pick to play Guts. If they ever made a live action version of Berserk,
If I remember this-
John Bernthal is my Guts.
If I remember Guts, he's a pretty staunch, like he's a pretty big guy. Do you think
Yeah.
John Bernthal? He's kind of
Yeah.
a smaller actor, though. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
personality-wise, I can see it, but
But
like,
he's still, he got really jacked to play the Punisher.
100%,
And I'm pretty sure
100%.
I'm pretty sure he could pull off Guts.
it's almost like when you have like the Jack Reachers of the world, where you have Tom Cruise and then you have
The other
Alan
guy.
Richardson, right?
Yeah.
Where like he is more of the Jack Reacher staunch-wise, but like kind of it's it. But
I'm gonna make a sacrilegious comment. I really think John Bernthal could have killed it as Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Could have done it.
I believe that. I can see
Yeah,
that.
I would
I
agree with that.
Could
can
still
see a
happen.
universe where that'd be in. I think Hugh Jackman has it so locked up; it's hard to see him anybody else. But
Right, no,
I
I'm
agree
happy
with
with
that.
Hugh
No,
Jackman.
for sure.
Well, we can now. I'm not going to say who, but that person would have been that. Go see Deadpool, but that person that they show could be a great Wolverine.
But I agree with you. John Bernthal would have been a great alternate universe Wolverine for sure.
My fan cast for like Wolverine outside of Hugh Jackman was always the guy who played Francis Dollarhide in season 3 of Hannibal, and he played Thorin in the Hobbit movies.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I remember. Yeah,
He voiced Wolverine in one of Marvel's like radio show podcasts, and he did a great Wolverine. So
Cool.
yeah, I think he could have made a great. I think he could have made a great Logan.
Yeah.
This is not a spoiler, so I'm going to say it. I'm just really disappointed that they didn't get Danny DeVito to play a variant of Wolverine in Deadpool.
Yeah,
Come on, Ryan, you're paying attention to us.
because as you know from Justin and I, one episode of the PVD cast, Danny DeVito is a sexual dynamo.
He is. Also,
Especially in Beetlejuice.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Beetlejuice, the sequel yet, so.
He has a sweet cameo in Beetlejuice. If you watch Beetlejuice, it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I loved Obi-Wan. I still go back to
Obi-Wan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my son and I have, like, that's to us, my son and I, our favorite interaction is when, what have you become? It's like, I am what you've made me. And
Yeah.
It's like, that line hits so hard, because it's all the way back to, if you'd have saved my mother, if you'd have treated me like a normal human being, if you'd have paid attention, like, all of these things, it was your failures that got me to this point. It's not, I'm this monster in a suit. You got me through each level of this. You
Yeah.
didn't help me when I needed it. And
Yeah.
it wasn't a statement, it was an accusation. I was like, my kid and I, like, we both watched the premiere and he called me and he was like, did you see that? And I was like, yes!
Yeah, it's heavy.
You know
that's
what's
great.
The thing I liked about Obi-Wan, and I'm going to give Hayden Christensen his flowers because the acting he did as Vader with just his eyes in some of those moments were just phenomenal.
I liked how they snuck in the PTSD aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that they put that in because for the people that suffer from it, they see those moments and it's kind of, it's nice to hear or to see that the world, hey, acknowledges that there's things that are going through your head that don't make any sense to anybody. And just that acknowledgement that it's there. It's kind of like what they snuck in with, I know it's way off topic, but Dog. Like that movie Dog, I was like, oh, I'm so happy they're doing this way because you feel all this, compassion for the dog, and then it's like, it's the person that you're going to get there too. I think it was a great story. Sorry. It's
No,
way off
you're
topic.
good. You're good.
No, man, after all the years of Star Wars fans bashing Hayden Christensen, instead of saying maybe George Lucas just can't write dialogue or direct,
Yeah.
he did such a good job in Obi-Wan. I'm so glad they brought him back.
If we're staying in the Star Wars universe, do we have a favorite Vader moment? Because mine's still Rogue One. The ending of Rogue One, where he's just like, I'm going to walk through this ship and just be like, I'm the boss of this whole place.
This isn't a popular statement, but Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie.
It's
It is
certainly
one of
a
my
great
favorites.
movie.
I love,
It's
between the comic
good.
relief with the robot and then
Yeah.
I'm in the theater like they're cute. Aw, and I was like, everybody's gonna die.
There's
And then everybody died.
Disney
This
let it
sucks.
happen too. Like they could have Disneyed out of it somehow, but they let that ending happen, and it's awesome. And I really like those characters. I would have loved to have seen something else with Jen Erso, but they let her die like she should have, and that was awesome.
And that it's nice to see when fans are writing it rather than just somebody writing.
Yeah, someone who cares for it.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, let's do a story that has these topics, and it's like, oh, you do realize we're sick of this, right?
Yeah.
Favorite Vader moment is actually probably in.
Is it when he killed the younglings in Episode 3?
Empire Strikes Back, when he is just standing there waiting for Luke, and it's just his silhouette against like this cool blue behind him, and it just looks so intimidating.
Yeah. Oh, it's a good point. I didn't think about that, but yeah, it's a good
Speaking
moment.
of Empire, I went to see that with my friends.
Yeah.
I was the only kid. I was 7 at the time, and when we left the theater, I said, he's really his father. They were like, no. And I said, he killed 2 people because they irritated him. If that wasn't his son, he would have murdered him. He would have killed him.
100%.
My dad even looked at me like, I guess we'll find out, but that makes sense because, and now, of course, when you go back, but I remember leaving the theater going, Vader would have killed him. If it wasn't his son, he would have killed him. Like 100%.
I think my favorite Vader moment is the bullying. I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
I just,
Oh, yeah.
To me, like that's it. That encapsulates that whole character.
Is it Red Runner who's choking that guy too, right?
Yeah.
He's just like, we're not going to talk about this.
Yeah. Which is dumb of him. Like, you know that your leader
Yeah.
prescribes to this ancient religion, and you're gonna mouth off to him
Yeah.
in a stressful situation. What do you think's gonna happen, man?
He controls space. Like,
Yeah.
You can't run from him.
Exactly.
Yeah, James Earl Jones, man.
Oh yeah, rest
Yeah,
in peace.
yeah.
I'm glad he gave him the permission to AI.
Use his voice. Yeah.
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 That,
That's a good point. What's people's opinions on that? Using AI for I guess the deceased.
I just don't think it's gonna sound very good.
Oh,
I've
it'll sound
heard like AI voices before, and I can always tell when it's an AI voice because there's like a weird pause here, a weird way of like
Now,
pronouncing something.
There's good AI out there.
Did they, wait a minute, just to interrupt, did they AI Val Kilmer's lines, correct? And Maverick?
I don't think so.
Did he
No.
actually
He
do
didn't have
those
lines.
Yeah.
Did he have
Okay,
lines?
those weren't ADR'd in?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say that really impressed me,
No.
because he did sound
But
very,
James
very...
Earl Jones hasn't played Vader in all the video
Right.
games, and they've sounded great in some of the video games too. So
Let's see. Oh,
And
you're
Okay,
good.
no
You're good.
problem.
Hey, no
there's
worries.
also
We get better.
a difference between some of the AI voices that we hear and a multi-billion-dollar company putting into the AI. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember telling all my nerd friends years ago, like James Earl Jones. After Carrie Fisher died, I'm like, James Earl Jones just needs to read the dictionary. Just start reading words. Just start reading dialogue.
Yeah.
Just whatever possible way you can put it, and we can splice that together.
Sure. No, that makes total sense.
Yeah, James Earl Jones. He's my favorite part of The Sandlot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
I don't know if anybody's watched Big Bang Theory, but there's an episode where him and Sheldon go and they ding dong ditch Carrie Fisher's house, and it's oh my god, it's so
The
funny.
lead up to that though, when he's like, "You're a Star Wars fan, aren't you?" And he's like,
Let me guess, you want
know,
to talk
none
to
of
me
the
about
movies other than
Star Wars?
right? And he's like, "Do you care about those?" He's like, "No." He's like, "I always wanted to tell Star Wars friends, I like Star Wars too."
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's so funny.
that's awesome.
My favorite. This is going to sound really weird, but my favorite James Earl Jones thing that I've seen is actually a gag from the live performance of the Book of Mormon at the Tonys. Because they start out with like the opening song, and it's like, hello, and it's the Book of Mormon actors like doing that to all the stars like backstage. And one of them is James Earl Jones, and he just comes out with like a signed photo of Darth Vader, and he looks up and he sees this Mormon, and he's just like.
That's awesome.
But it's just that it's so funny because he was expecting it's just another Star Wars fan. It's just like what the hell.
That's sweet. It's good. I've not watched the Book of Mormon. Is it pretty good?
It's
You like
funny.
it?
Yeah. It's done by the same guys who did South Park.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right,
I'd say
yeah.
Matt Park. Yeah.
It's on my list of Broadway shows to see, yeah. Because I personally am like making myself go to Broadway shows. 'Cause
Oh, yeah?
I've been
Wicked.
I wouldn't mind seeing Wicked.
I wouldn't mind
I like
seeing
it.
that. I'm going to be seeing the movie because my girlfriend really likes the play, and we'll be going to see the movie.
I'll be seeing it because Wizard of Oz is my favorite movie of all
Yeah.
time.
So.
I'm a sucker for anything Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. So. I want to see Book of Mormon, so it's on the list to see.
Have you seen Return to Oz?
I
The
don't think
creepy
so.
sequel that came
No,
out?
I don't
Oh
think
my
I
god,
have.
it's amazing.
It's not as scary as you remember. I
Dude,
saw it.
the wheelies? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those are not very
I used to
scary.
hide behind my couch when
What
I
is
was a
the
kid.
wheelies?
They had wheels for hands and yeah. And
I mean,
Return to Oz.
That's
Okay,
funny.
I've never seen Return.
Oh, it's a dark movie. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
okay.
It's more in line with the books, the original source material.
Yeah,
What-
because that
and that's
dude-
how we got Wicked, right? Is they made the witch too scary, so they had to debuffer, be like, hey, we gotta humanize this person more, so that
Yeah,
people.
I
So
think so.
Wizard of Oz was James Hetfield's favorite movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's
No.
why if you hear in Freight Ends of Sanity, it's the Flying Monkeys theme song at
Oh,
the beginning.
how about that?
never noticed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
It's a-
he
Huh.
stuck that in as a.
Yeah, honor. Yeah, it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we're all over the place today. It's
That's
fantastic.
part of the podcast.
It's great. Hey, are we gonna cycle back to picking on me because I don't like certain movies?
We can.
What else do you not like, John?
Well, did you look up Daddy-O? I mean,
I
it's
did.
77%.
I said it was 77.
Okay, so it's still terrible.
I
Uncut
will,
Gems.
I will
Awful.
find out and watch it.
Oh, that was terrible.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got like 1/3 of the way through it, and I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Because if you are not making any strides to redeeming yourself,
It was like that movie Unhinged. I'm like, she's a like a terrible person.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I don't want her to die, but I get why somebody would be like, I'm gonna choke you out.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Like
on the
she's
same
perpetually
wavelength.
See
laying
ya.
a jerk.
That's my kind of
Yeah.
quote.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've
See
been told
ya.
it's time to go. So.
Okay,
Oh,
all
you're
right.
good,
You
you're
enjoy
good.
the
See
rest
ya.
of the
Enjoy.
show.
Appreciate you guys are great.
Thanks.
I'm gonna fight you on that one.
Oh, fight! Ooh,
I
got
love
30
Uncut
minutes.
Gems.
Let's do it.
Listen, Adam Sandler is a really good actor. I have not seen Uncut Gems because I've heard it's just doom and gloom. But speaking of Adam Sandler, have you watched his new Netflix special? Because he shines when he's alive. And they got one of the directors from Uncut Gems directed his special.
Oh.
So they put a lot of the imperfections that happened during his comedy show into the show, and it's pretty fascinating. He's super funny. He's still funny. I just wish his movies could be better now.
So, but no,
Knock
I'm
on
gonna,
wood,
I'm gonna
it's happy, don't
sidetrack
worry.
the fact that I wanted to see him argue John about Uncut Gems.
Okay.
What
Okay.
is what is your
What-
strong opinion about Uncut
Yeah,
Gems,
let's
sir?
hear it.
I think that it's really good to just go along with this because, yeah, all of the stuff that happens to him is his own fault, but it's like getting a contact high for tension. It's like getting secondhand tension so that your heart rate is just up the whole time, the adrenaline's up the whole time, and you're feeling the exact same like claustrophobia and just like the exact same claustrophobia he's getting. And so it's like, okay, yeah, you're this unlikable douchebag, and all of the things that are happening to you in this movie are your own fault, but it's really exciting at the same time.
Okay, but see, that's where I have the problem is like if you're a douche, if you're an asshole at
Don't
the
sit on the
beginning,
microphone. Go.
at the beginning of the movie, I want to see you at least get a little bit likable by the end of the movie. Like, I'm not saying he had to be a choir boy at the end of Uncut Gems, but my point is, he was just the same repulsive person he was at the beginning of the movie.
To be
as
fair,
in the-
man, the people in life don't always redeem.
Well, but that's my point. Like, I wanted to sit down and enjoy this movie and have like a decent ending to it. I thought the ending was, I was happy he was dead.
What
to
was
be honest.
the what was the time?
Whoa, I haven't seen it yet.
Dang.
Too bad.
Well,
Well, I feel
Uncut
like,
Gems. If you're not
Thank you,
familiar.
spoiler.
Wow, John.
well, I feel like
Shows
they
up,
could,
drops
like,
bombs.
I feel like they could like. I feel like the fact that he causes his own problems kind of makes up for that because, like, you know, you're able to see, hey, this obviously like unlikable person and his dysfunctional lifestyle does not lead to anything good. Like, nothing really good's happening to him as the result of being a douche.
Yeah, but
So-
it was much like there was another movie, Shame, that Michael Fassbender and Carey Mulligan were in, and I look forward to that movie. And I watched the movie, and I'm like, both of you are horrible human beings, and you don't change. You're horrible at the start of this movie. You're horrible at the end of this movie. This movie sucks.
Yeah, but I feel like there's some.
You
I
better
feel
get
like-
better, or John's not gonna like your movie.
I feel like there's like some things that you can't really get except with a horrible person. Like all of the stuff in. Did you ever see Good Time?
No.
That's by the same
No.
directors. It's got Robert Pattinson in it. It's basically the same setup where this guy just gets himself into one chaotic mess after another.
So wait a minute. This is from the Steve McQueen.
No, this is from the same guys who did Uncut Gems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were talking about Shame again. I was
No.
like, okay, sorry.
Shame or shame?
Shame or Shame?
I just feel like there are some like emotional experiences that you can't get when your main character is a good person.
Sure.
Well, I mean, that's
Okay.
fair. That's why it's
That's
all
fair.
subjective.
That's right. But you know what? I think we should tell them about that story. Can we tell them?
I mean,
Pull
I
back
watched the clip. I wasn't there, so you can talk about it if you want.
I was ranting about this movie Shame.
Okay,
Right? Which,
yeah.
if you don't know what the movie's about, it's about Michael Fassbender he has a sex compulsion, and so he tries to hide it when his sister, Carey Mulligan, has to move in with him. So he
Okay.
tries to hide it. So it's great until midway through when that relationship becomes muddled and unclear as to just
Weird.
yeah, very weird.
Oh, boy.
But anyway, so I'm complaining about it on the podcast, and our one colleague Max was completely confused because he was thinking about the old Western Shane. He's like,
I think you said Steve
It was a
McQueen,
funny
too.
moment.
yeah, and I
It
was
was
like,
real.
Steve McQueen is the name of the.
So he's trying to figure out how Michael Fassbender is in this whole.
Yeah, like he's like, wait a minute, Michael Fassbender, like he wasn't born yet, was he? And I'm like, no, it's not him. Like he was complete. It's Shame. not Shane. He was completely confused.
That was a
Absolutely
good- that was a
stumped.
really
It
good
was
moment.
hilarious. It was one of the highlights of the 3 Geeks podcast. I think was that in the top 10?
It's in our best of.
Best
Yeah.
of. Oh god.
That's
it
where I
was,
saw it. I was not there. That was sweet. That was,
That
real
was
fun.
hilarious.
It's
Oh,
pre-Justin.
that
was
was, yeah, that
pretty
was. That was.
Did you know Justin is post-Domo? He didn't know who Domo Batman was.
You didn't know who Domo Batman was?
I did not know who Domo Batman was.
Okay.
What kind of movies, TV shows do you watch?
Either with a lot of violence or gratuitous nudity.
Big Terrifier fan?
The first one, the second one was really kind of cheesy.
I like the camp in the second one.
Are you excited for the third one?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see it. I'll see it.
I
And
got-
All Hallows Eve was good too.
Yeah, I had to get. I didn't want to go by myself, so I'm making him go with me.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's like, nope.
I've seen the first one. I've not watched the second one, so don't get my hopes up for the second one. Is that what you're
I
saying?
wouldn't.
It brings
Yeah.
camp. If you like campy horror movies, you'll
I
like
mean,
it.
it is campy.
It's
and
still very violent.
You go into it with that mindset that it is what it is, and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not as dark
Yeah.
as the first one.
Cool. What are you looking forward to coming out most recently?
I'd like to see if A24 is really going to do that Friday 13th like prequel series
Oh yeah,
about the camp before Jason died or something.
that'd be fun.
They got rid of that showrunner who I like. That guy cannot stay on a television project.
Who's that?
They keep getting rid of him. What is his name? He did Hannibal.
Oh,
Brian something.
Brian Fuller.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. He keeps getting on these shows. He's a great showrunner, and then they let him go.
So it wasn't a TV show. I'm not familiar with the concept.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
gonna be a
On
TV show.
Peacock, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
They were actively developing it. They had
That'd be
scripts
cool.
and
Camp
casting
Crystal
done.
Lake TV show. That'd been sweet.
Yeah, I was all in.
I mean, I just discovered that there was a show, a Friday the 13th show, because we've talked about it on Matt Talk a lot. That there was a show in the 80s which I did not know about, which you said had nothing to do with.
No, it was more in lines with like a Buffy.
Your
Oh,
face
that
dropped.
show-
I don't.
That show was garbage.
I didn't mind the show, but it reminded me of Buffy or Angel or like that kind of show where they had like a object of the week that they had to kind of figure out, like a magical,
Okay.
more like Charm.
Yeah, you told me. You told me it was kind of more along those lines. It had nothing to do with Jason Voorhees,
No.
actually.
The only two you could draw is they use the actor from the TV show in the movie Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh.
And that's the only thing that they really have to do with each other.
Which-
other than
Now, can I ask,
No.
and I'm sure that I remember this wrong because I was a little child, but wasn't there a Saturday the 14th?
Yes.
Wasn't there an horror
Yeah.
flick called that?
It was more of a spoof, I think.
it was,
Was
a
it?
campy, spoofy movie. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Because I remember vividly. It was on at my aunt's house, and my mom was like, "Nope, let's go to the kitchen."
There's a psych episode called Tuesday the 17th, which is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
But John, so you don't like characters that have no development from start to finish, so you can't do horror movies then, right?
No, I'm
Because
not
you
a
don't
big
like
horror
Michael
fan.
Myers because he doesn't change. He doesn't go through a
He is a force.
crisis and
Well,
be good.
You're correct. And let's just put it out there. I've only seen the first Halloween, and I really liked it. I really liked the first
Oh,
Halloween.
did you?
But yeah,
Surprises me.
yeah. But I've not seen any of the sequels.
Halloween 3 is pretty good. It's
Okay.
not Michael Myers though.
You got somebody that's
I would
laughing
love
out
your
there.
opinion
not
on
like
it.
you out.
Please.
Man, Friday the 13th Part 3, that is not even part, that shouldn't even be part of the series.
Hey.
It's a great movie on its own, just don't call it Halloween.
Yeah, well, the original plan for Halloween was to do like an anthology where each movie featured a different thing happening on Halloween.
Okay.
But it came out at the time, nobody wanted to see it. Now it's huge in the horror community, but
Yeah.
yeah, Halloween 3 is pretty good. Halloween 2 is probably the best sequel.
I mean, I
next
also-
to the 2019 movie, and then it goes downhill from 2019.
Is that the one
Even
Danny
though I
McBride
like
did?
all of the new ones, but the first one was definitely
Is that the one that
a
Danny
standout, yeah.
McBride did? I like that one. That one was alright.
first
I
one?
did. So I take that back. I did go see that one because I love Danny McBride.
So you're a liar.
I am. Which
Halloween,
means I can run for political office.
Halloween Kills was okay. Most people hate Halloween Ends. I like it because it's a great remake of Christine.
Oh, okay.
Like the plot of Halloween Ends is the plot of Christine, like almost to a T.
I love Jaws.
Just Michael Myers instead of a car.
But the only thing about Halloween Ends is the way how they did it to Michael Myers. I mean, they made him a frail weakling that some nerd guy beat the shit out of to steal his mask to pretend to be Michael.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
I feel like
That
out of all
movie-
these years of this guy being an unstoppable murderer, and then he gets beat up by a nerd.
You say it's Revenge of the Nerds?
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't disagree with you, and I feel bad for like, I'm more of a Scream and Friday the 13th are my franchises.
Mhm.
I like all the Halloweens for what they are, like each individual movie. But Halloween Ends, I feel bad because they advertised that Michael Myers and Laurie Strode were gonna have this ultimate face-off, and it was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like the whole movie's press was those two fighting, and it was 5 minutes at the end of the movie.
Well, I do like Jaws. That's also a horror flick that I like.
You get
Now,
the suit for it.
The shark doesn't go through it.
The shark
story
does. It
arc.
does. It goes through a story arc when it decides to avenge the death of their families. And you know me, I love a good vengeance movie. So
You said you're a Scream
Jaws
fan?
3, right?
Four.
Scream's alright. Friday 13th my favorite.
Friday. Okay, we'll get to Friday the 13th in a second. So I was looking through the news before we did this, and I saw that Scream 7, the plot of it takes place 30 years after the original, and I started doing math in my head. It's been 30 years almost since that movie came out. It blows my mind.
He's feeling old.
Oh yeah, now thanks. Yeah, now it's like I'm gonna put my gun to my head now.
So out of the 80s horror movies, so did my buddy's podcast, Horror Research 30, and we did, Friday 1 up against Nightmare 1, Friday 2 up against Nightmare 2. And Friday the 13th, for being an 80s/90s horror movie, it is, and beyond that, even to Texas Chainsaw and so on, it's the only one that has a through arc where Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street resets the rules with every movie, it seems. Jason is a continuous story almost
Yeah.
through the whole thing until you get to Jason Goes to Hell
Even with
and
the
the continuity
imposter
kind of.
Jason and
Yeah, it all is one great story. Like as far as sequels go, it really built upon
and
each one that
the
came
director
before.
for part 7 wanted to make sure that he had all damage that Jason
Yeah.
has received from all prior movies.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't even realize that until we were doing it up against Nightmare on Elm Street. You could just see Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which I love, but none of the continuity from the first movie is really in that sequel. And then the third one, and then the fourth one, and the fifth one, sixth one. It's like it just keeps resetting the rules. And with Jason, it just goes all the way through. Even Leatherface, they changed it up with every single movie.
What'd you have? You had your hand up? What do you got?
I was just wondering if any of you guys had seen that Chucky show.
Yes, it's
Oh, yeah, for
fantastic.
sure. Yeah, he
It
likes
is
it.
amazing.
I hadn't
A
seen it. I
Chucky
saw
show
Cult of
should
Chucky.
not be that good.
Hmm. I
It,
saw the
it,
Cult of Chucky, but that was where I stopped.
it picks
That's
up
where
right
I
where
also
Cult of
stopped
Chucky
Cult of
ended.
Chucky.
And it is really well done.
Hmm.
It won a bunch of awards for like horror and sci-fi.
So you're a Chucky fan? Will you give it a shot?
If you're a Chucky fan,
Honestly,
It's made for you.
Honestly, Cult of Chucky is the only thing I've seen.
Uh-huh.
I'm aware of the franchise. I know the plot to pretty much every movie, but
that one
I've
does
only
have a
ever-
continuity
I've
pretty
only
well.
ever seen Cult of Chucky.
Sure.
My horror friend, he said Don Mancini is the master at reinventing himself. Because the Chucky movies have reinvented themselves 3 times over successfully. And the show is it's so good.
All right, should we start wrapping things up?
Okay.
Sure, John. I know you want to promote yourself, guys. This is going to take a while he promotes himself.
First of all,
So,
I am the king of the promo. That is
Sure.
correct.
Put your
Where
feet
was
up.
it? Wait, recently somewhere I had to do the promo of, what the heck was it?
You were supposed to come on and congratulate us for our anniversary, and you spent
That was
5 minutes promoting
5
yourself.
years ago.
No, this was recently. Someone said something to me. I can't remember if it was a current episode of the PVD cast I was doing, or somebody said something about, go ahead and promote yourself. I'm like, that's not going to be a problem.
That's a drinking game. Every time he says PVD cast, take a shot.
Well, it's to put
You'll
the
have
name out there.
a poor kidney. Sorry, I'm just saying the other health problems.
Hey guys, subscribe to us at 3 Geeks Podcast. Follow
If you
me,
want.
3 Geeks J. Follow Justin at 3 Geeks Podcast.
Yeah, I don't have any social media. Don't follow me.
And then listen to John talk for 10 minutes about
Okay.
himself.
Well, I'm gonna be less than 10 minutes. So, PVD Cast is my own personal podcasting project, which you have found probably while you're sitting there. The postcard that will tell you where it's available at. So definitely check it out if you get the opportunity to do so. And then this guy and I actually have a sister podcast called Matt Talk.
Yes, if you have grandparents that are still with you, or you know older people, we do a Matlock podcast.
That's right. It's all about Matlock, the old
It does
80s
great.
Andy Griffith show, and we do it the second and fourth Sunday of every
And it is
month.
stupidly successful.
It is, believe it or not. We had the bar was set very low for this podcast, and it has literally, in all seriousness, like blown us away. How many listens we get every time?
Aren't
when
they
we
coming
do-
out with a new Matlock?
Yeah.
They are. That's a heated topic.
Listen,
Oh,
listen,
yeah,
listen.
A
okay.
heated topic with our audience.
I get DMs every day
Yes.
asking me about this Matlock. It's not a reboot. It's just she happens to. They're capitalizing on the name. So in the trailer, she says, "Yeah, my name is Maddie Matlock, like the old TV show." So like the TV show exists within this world, but they had to call it Matlock. Like they couldn't just call it Maddie and then just have her last
Right.
name be Matlock.
Or Southern Justice.
Oh yeah, Southern Justice, fantastic. So they named it Matlock. So now I got all these people DMing me daily asking me about this Matlock reboot and my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's available over at you can find it on Facebook at Matt Talk Podcast.
Coming to a nursing home near you.
It's available wherever you find podcasts. Like I said, we do it live every second and fourth Sunday of the month, and the first and third we release the audio version, so we do a live stream of it. And again, it's the little podcast that honestly should never have been this successful. Like I'm being dead serious. We actually in 2020 started it, and it was a joke. It literally was a joke. And after episode 1, he tells me we had 88 people that listened to the first episode. I'm like, what? I expected 10, like literally, and so we jumped on it, and it's been awesome. So,
Nice.
anyways, so there you go. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and hope you guys
What's
enjoy the
next?
show. What's next?
What's next?
Is Tim.
With Tim?
Tim.
Tim to
Talk.
78.
Tim to 7 to 8.
FSL podcast,
I'm
if you're so
going to go
interested.
talk to other people that I
Right.
need to schedule for.
Thanks
8.
for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, this was fun.
Thanks.
I wish I'd made it back faster, but I got stuck looking at stuff.
Oh no, that's all right.
Thing.
Oh, thanks, Justin. I forgot. Are we going to record podcast?
Unless Tim has